This conference will now be recorded.
Moshe, can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so see here. Yesterday we have started with the reports and we have seen a simple report. Okay, so today let's continue further and then we will see the different kinds of things that we can do with the reports. Okay, now if I open whatever the report, the RDP report that we have created yesterday, where is it? ICI DP, car trans extra charge DP. This is the one. Okay, let me open this. So in this report, if you see, what are the values that we have provided are hard coded. Okay, let it open. Okay, now you can see here, if I come down and this 2, the number of transactions is hard coded. Here it is hard coded. Here it is hard coded. Is it right? Everywhere you can see that it's hard coded. Yeah. So this kind of hard coding is a bad practice, because tomorrow morning, let's say the bank want to change the number of transactions to 1. They need to come back to you and then again you need to deploy the code. Let's say they want to change the extra charge from 150 to 250. They need to come back to you and then again you need to change, which is a very, very difficult thing. So what you need to do? We need to make it dynamic. So if you have this kind of scenario and if you want to make it parameterized, if you want to parameterize your report, we need to use something called data contract. Okay. So click on the add button, new item, and then select the class and call this class as ICI car trans extra charge means contract. Okay, create a contract class, and in this contract class you can add any number of parameters. Okay, and what is the best practice? The contract class should contain an attribute called data contract attribute. Okay, data contract attribute, and then one is card number you can provide. Okay, one is card number we can provide. ICI card. Did I create a? No, I have not created. I thought I have, but okay.
You need to make the report dynamic.
Huh?
This way to make report dynamic input.
Yes, dynamic input. Exactly. Okay. Number of retrans, and then you can say amount MST extra charge, and similarly, if you want to add, you can add int age, int gender, whatever the parameters you want to add, you can add. That's up to you. It's not limited. You can add any number of parameters you want. Okay. And now let's create something called data member. So how to create a data member? They are just the parameter method. So you can say param string param card number, in the bracket you can say string underscore card number equal to card number. Okay, this is how you need to do. Done. And then in this you can say card number equal to underscore card number, and then what you can do here, return card number. Okay, this is for card number, and now I should have some good label for this. Is that right? And then we need to say this is a data member, and then you can use data member attribute. Okay, actually writing attribute is not necessary, but I'm habituated. Okay, and then you can say what's the attribute name? The attribute name is card number, and then let's say you want to add some label to this. To add that label, we have something called sys operation label attribute, and then you need to use something called literal str, and you can specify the string constant here. You can call it as card number. Done. This is how you need to do. And then let me come down and copy, paste. Number of free transactions, and then you can say here return int here as well. There is a typo in the number here. Okay, we can correct it. Number of free trans, and then here there is a typo. Let me correct it and let me make this n capital, and then here you can say underscore number of free trans equal to number of free trans. Same here, and same here. Okay, done. Yeah, this is how you need to work with. Okay, and then what is the third one? Extra charge. Take extra charge, and you can take it extra charge. You can call this as extra charge, and you can call it as, you can remove card number here, and you can call it as extra charge, and this will also be the extra charge. Oh, sorry, where is this? This is the one. You can copy and paste it here. Okay, paste. Here it's extra charge. Here it should be extra charge. Here it should be extra charge. Here it should be extra charge. And similarly, here it should be number of retrans. Let me take this and then let me paste it here. Number of retrans. Okay. And the last one is age. And here we are missing one more thing, that is amount MST. Let me copy, paste. Okay. And here you can call it as age. 3 letters. Typing would be easy. Okay. You can call it as age here again, this is age, and this is as well age. Okay, you can call it as age here. Done. Okay, this is how we are going to work with the data contract. Now we have the data contract ready. Okay, now we have the data contract ready. We have all the things that are needed. What is the next step? Already we have created the DP. So what I can do, I can simply go here, click on the view code, and if you want, you can modify the data provider. How to do that? It's very simple, yeah. Okay. Actually, here what we have done, we have extended with provider base. Along with this, on the top, you need to write SSRS report parameter attribute. This is what you need to use for parameters. For dynamic parameters, this is what we need to do. And then you can say class str. What is the class name? The class name is ICI card trans extra charge contract. Done. This is how we are going to work with the contract. Now actually I want to get the data from this contract. How to do that? Let's see. I will take ICI card trans extra charge cont. I will call it as contract. What I am calling it? I am calling it as contract. And from this contract, we need to get the data. How to do that? Okay. Now this is my process report method. In this process report method, I can say contract equal to this dot param data contract. So from this, I will get the data contract. From this, I will get the data contract. And from the contract, what I need to do now? There is a possibility I can get the card number or I might not get the card number. Okay, that is one thing that we need to check. Okay, so here there are two things here. Okay, because people will write in a different way. Let me show you. So one thing is you can simply say if contract dot param card number means if card number is provided, do something here. If card number is not provided, then simply execute something here. Okay, so this is how. And you know one thing, sometimes people will use the whole where clause like this, or sometimes people will pass the parameters. Sometimes we will add the data into the list and then we will work with it. So like that, there are multiple ways to do that. Okay, that's up to you. Whatever the way you prefer, you can do it. Please remember, whatever the way you prefer, you can do it. Okay, because it does not make any difference. Okay, simply if I copy and if I parameterize it, then it does not make any difference for us. Okay, whatever you do is same, but you need to avoid duplication of the code. If you want to avoid duplication of the code, then what you need to do, you need to add data to the list and then manipulate the data using list. For me, it's not just I want to show you how it works, so I'm just duplicating, but this kind of duplication should not be done. Okay, this kind of duplication should not be done. And then you can say card number equal to contract dot param card number. Done. Okay, and similarly here, this is number of free trans, and then you can say contract dot param number of free trans star contract dot param extra charge. You got the extra charge here. Now what you can do is you can simply copy this, copy, paste. Okay, and then you can take this contract dot param number of free trans and you can paste it again here. Okay, and one more thing here as well, you can do the same thing. This is how we are going to parameterize the report. And now we have done with the parameterization. So once you're done with the parameterization, what is the next step? Now you have the data, you have parameterized the report, you will get the values. So you can use this report directly. But before going and creating the report directly, let's say I have one more design called precision design. Is that right? I have one more design called precision design. Let's say if you click on a if you provide the card number, okay, instead of button, let's do one thing. If you click on parameter, okay, that means if you provide card number parameter, then you want to open one design. If you're not providing the card number, then you want to open another design. How to do that? If you want to do this kind of thing, we are going to use something called controller. So the controller, the purpose of the controller is to control the report execution. What is the purpose of the controller? The purpose of the controller is to control the report execution. Okay, I will call it as ICI card trans extra charge controller. Okay, so we are going to now control the report. So what are the things that you can control? You can modify a report query based on the input data. You can modify a report contract data. You can control the report parameters. You can open different reports or designs. Okay, all these things can be done using a controller. And to make this controller class to work, we need to extend this class with SRS report run controller. What is this? SRS report run controller. Okay, so I will open in the designer mode. Before that, I want to add something here. That is, a controller should have a main method, public static void main, and in the bracket I need to provide the arguments arcs, and then what we need to say? We need to take ICI card trans extra charge controller. See here, I am not writing the construct method or all these things. Simply, I am using new. Okay, but as per the best practice, you need to use controller card trans extra charge controller, and then now I have the instance ready. Now I can use controller dot param report name. Okay, but unfortunately, I don't have the report. Okay, unfortunately, I have not created the report yet to control. So let's do one thing. Let's create the report and then come back and we will see. Okay, now let me rebuild first of all. Once the build is finished, I will create the report and then the controller. Okay.
Kumar, yesterday I was trying to import the code. The code was downloaded, but when was going to add the code in my solution, it gives me error. The solution belongs to pkd at the 365 dot on dynamic 365 on Microsoft.com, and it
You are
doesn't
trying
allow
to
me
bind
to.
it with Visual Studio. You should not do that. Okay. You need to simply download and open. You should not bind it with version control. Okay, because it's my
No,
code.
no,
I have not given you the
yes, yes.
access.
Yeah. I was not. I just open the Visual Studio by right-click Run as administrator, and then go to this ICICI Bank, and then click on that. Then that gives me a message
No,
that
no.
this code
Go
is.
to ICICI Bank means what exactly you have done. I told you to
I have
download the
downloaded
code.
yeah, I
Download
downloaded
the
code
code.
from.
You will
Yeah,
have the project. In that project, you will have the solution. If you open that solution, then you will get it. Or the project, then you will get it. Whereas, if you try to add the version control for Chris, and then if you try to open the solution from Visual Studio directly, then it will throw the error. Okay?
okay.
Because
How should
the
I go?
technique,
How should I go then? Can you
you
tell
need to
again?
simply you can download now.
Yeah, I have
Did you
downloaded.
download the whole code?
I have downloaded. Yeah, I have downloaded from
Okay.
DevOps. Create by
Okay. After
downloading a
downloading,
zip. Yeah,
make it your local copy. Okay.
I
Copy
I
all
made.
the thing. Okay. After copying, whatever you need to do is you need to go to File, and then you need to go to Open, and then open the solution.
I did the same thing.
If you did
Then
the
it
same
gives
thing, then it should work. Yeah. Then actually in the solution file we need to check. Okay. If it is having any version control parameters, na solution file you need to open in Notepad, and then we need to check. Okay. Let me finish this. Let us see.
yeah.
Okay. Now let me go to the add button and then a new item. And now let me go to reports, a report. And now we will call it as ICI card trans extra charge contract report. Okay. ICI card trans extra charge contract. Click on the add button. Now again, this time you need to right click and select a new data set here. And if you want to give some good title, you can give by going to the properties, and then you can give some good title here. Card trans extra charge contract rep. Okay, done. Now in the data set, you can go to the pro query here, and you can update it to report data provider. Hey, did anyone try with query? It's very simple. I don't know whether you have tried or not. Please do that. Now again, you can select card trans extra charge DP. I'm using the same thing again, but you will see some difference now. Okay, let's see the difference. I'm selecting all the fields back to back again. Click on OK button. Okay. Now give some good name to this data source. ICI card trans extra charge cont done. and then go to the fields, field groups, parameters. We have added card number of returns, extra charge. Can you see this? We got these parameters now. Okay. Now we have everything ready. Now let me go to the designs. And before that, in the parameters, you have few properties. One is yellow blank. If you want yellow blank, you need to set it to true. Okay, please remember this. And if you want to set the default value, you can set the default value. Okay, I'm setting yellow blank to true for all of them. Otherwise, it will throw the error saying that blank values are not allowed. So please remember. Okay. And if you want to provide the multiple values, multi-value, set it to yes. Okay. So like this, you need to remember these properties and you need to update. If you don't update these properties, obviously it will throw the error. Okay. Now let me create a new and then auto design. Let me call this design as auto design. And here I have the layout style template. Let me select it to report layout style template. And then let me drag and drop this to here. And in this, I will take the style template, which is a table style template. Done. This is one way of creating the design. Now let me create the next one called precision design. And I will give the name as precision design itself. I'm not changing anything and I'm not specifying anything in the style template. Okay. If you want, you can do that, but don't do that. If you want to create your own design, don't do that. Now right click, edit using designer, and then you need to modify, you need to create your own design because the customers will be interested in their own designs. The customers are interested in their own designs. Okay, let me take some line. If you want a table, you can add a table. If you want a data, you can use something called tablets if you are having some complex designs. And you might ask me whether you have done it at any point of time. I have developed some complex designs as well. Okay, it will be interesting, yeah. Okay, but don't think I have a lot of creativity. I don't have that much creativity on designing. Okay, I used to get the designs from someone else and I used to develop it. Okay, I can do developing, but if someone asks me to design this, nah, that would be a difficult thing. Yeah, because some people will ask emblems, some people will ask some images. Like that, they are going to ask a lot of things. You can see. Okay, there will be a lot of properties, and people are really they will ask a lot of questions. Okay, so all that things will be taken care by functional guys. Okay, no need of worrying. And I can simply say here extra charge just statement, something like this. Okay, you can simply call it as extra charge statement. Okay, and similarly you can create one more text box and you can drag and drop here, and then you can simply say note, this is computer generated statement and does not need any authentication. Done. Alright, this is what you can say. And similarly, you can add few more text boxes and you can call this as name. Okay, and then let me copy paste. Okay, don't say that this design is not good. And then mobile number, 1 second, sorry, card number, and then no, not this one, let me paste it, take this, paste. Okay, you can call same bank transactions, and then you can paste it. You can call cross bank transactions, and then you can call total transactions, and then you can call extra charge. Okay, done. And then now you can go to the data sets. You have the card number. Add the card number here. Alignment is up to you. I'm not doing any alignment. I'm simply dragging and dropping them. Okay. Name. Only designing this thing will take a lot of time here. And then total transactions. Okay. Now we are ready with the report. Okay. And let me update charges. Done. Okay. Now we are done with precision design and auto design. Now you can see here, you can set the colors and everything dynamically or statically, whatever you want, you can do. Okay. Sometimes people will ask, I want to have the color and I want to have red color if the amount is greater than this. I want to have the green color if the amount is less than this. I want to have umber. Like that, there are a lot of things you can do by writing the expressions. Okay. By writing the expressions. And there is one more important option that I want you to try. Okay. That I want you people to try. We call it as drill through. What is that? Drill through. Okay. So what is drill through? If you want to open one report from another report, let's say in the report you have a button, okay, or you have, let's say, in the you have a sales report. In the sales report you have a customer ID. If you click on the customer ID, it should open one more design, okay, which contains the data of the customer. Then you can use something called drill through. Okay, you can add drill through option to that particular field, and then you can get it done. Okay, opening one report from another report is done by a option called drill through. Okay, now let me come back to the controller. Now here I will go to controller dot param report name. Now I have the report name. I can say SSRS report str. In the bracket we need to specify the report name, ICI, car trans, extra charge, contract, report, comma, what is the default design? I am taking auto design. This is the design. Okay, and then if you want to set arguments, controller dot param args, and then you can specify underscore arguments. These arguments are needed here because these are the ones which will be passed, and then you can say controller dot start operation. Done. Okay, if you do this much, that will be enough. Now let's say I told you that you can control the report by using a controller. How to do that? To do that, we have some methods specific to the controller. Okay, if I open this controller in the designer mode, and if I right click and override, you can see there will be a lot of methods. These are the methods which we are going to use. And from these methods, we are not going to use all the methods. Now let's say you want to perform a validation. There is a method called validate. Okay, And you know one more thing, sometimes people will say, I want to perform the validations in data contract validate method. You can do that. That's up to you. Okay, that's up to you. Now here, I want to get the contract, ICI, card trans, extra charge contract. Okay, and how to get this contract? That's a big deal. You need to say contract equal to this dot, because here we don't have the report, na? To get the data contract, we don't have the report. So I need to get the report contract, and from the report contract, I need to get param. Oh, it's not data contract. Let me check RDP. Yeah, param RDP contract. This is how we get the contract in case of controller. Okay, and then now this is my contract. Good. If contract dot param extra. Oh, why this thing? Contract dot param. 1 second, yeah. Why it is not showing IntelliSense? What's the issue with this?
The above is bracket is not closed.
Where exactly?
Auto design.
Hey,
Oh, right. Good. This is where. Okay, done. No, still it throws the error. Not all paths. Okay, here it says if na. Good. No worries. Now it will go away. Okay. Contract dot param extra charge is less than 0. Or if you want to make less than or equal to 0, you can do less than or equal to 0. Okay. You can also do this. Okay. Then what you want to do? You can simply say return equal to, you can use check fail. This will throw the warning. I told you already what is the difference. So extra charge should be greater than 0. Done. This is one thing that you need to do. Okay. And similarly, if you want to write the number of free transactions, if it is 0, you can do that as well. Okay. What you can do is you can say simply if contract dot param number of retrans is less than 0. Okay, because people might provide the negative value. So what you can do, you can simply say return equal to check failed number of free transactions should be greater than 0. Done. This is how you can write the validations. Okay. And similarly, I told you that you can open one report if you have multiple designs, you can open one design from another or something like that you can do. Okay. How to do that? How to do that? You need to control. Yeah. Again, you need to control. Similarly, if you want to set the default values, you can add the default values as well. That's possible. That's possible, you know. Okay. Now let's see. Let me go to this one, right click on override. You can see there are still dialog run, all these are for dialogues. And frankly speaking, in this case, we are not going to use all those dialogues. It's not needed. Okay, because you're going to get all of them automatically. If you want to override the existing stuff, then you can override. To do that, you have all these methods. But please don't do that. You're going to try to screw the framework. Don't screw the framework. Only use whatever is given. Okay. Now you can see there are few methods: pre-run, modify contract, pre-prompt, modify contract, pre-run, modify contract. Okay, this will be called after the validation and before opening the report. So what we can do? We can set the report here. Okay, you can simply say ICI card trans extra charge cont, and then you can call it as contract, and then you can take contract equal to this dot param report contract dot param RDP contract, and then what you can do, if contract dot param card number. If card number is provided, then what it should do? Again, go to top and you have the report name and you need to set it to precision design. Okay, but here I don't have the controller object. Then what I need to do? I need to use this dot param report contract dot param report name. This is what you need to use. Good, we have it. Okay, param report name, and then simply you can update this to precision design. Done. Okay, and then you can go for else. What you can say? You can simply say this one, and you can copy this dot param, paste it over here. Done. Okay, now we have the auto design and precision design. Everything is ready. This is how we are going to work with the designs. And the next one, let's say sometimes people will ask me how to provide the default values. To provide them, you have something called pre-prompt modify contract. What is the method? You have pre-prompt modify contract. And then here you can provide the default values. Let's say you want to provide extra charge and all those things with default values. You can simply say ICI card trans extra charge cont, and then you can take contract and you can say contract equal to, already I have it here, so I will copy and paste. Contract dot param extra charge, in the bracket I will say 135.00, and then contract dot param number of free trans, in the bracket I will say 25, no sorry, only one. I have less data, so okay, this is how you can do. Now once you are done with the controller, the next step is create a menu item. How to do that? Okay, add a new item and go to the user interface, output menu item, and let me call this as ICI card trans extra charge cont. Okay, click on the add button. Mostly I will miss few things when I'm creating this report, so let's see. Okay, because it's very big here, so once we get the errors we will see what we have missed. Don't worry. Okay, card trans extra charge controller. Okay, so this is my report name, and then I will go to object type and then SSRS report object ICI card. Oh sorry, this should not be report, this should be a menu, a class. ICI card trans extra charge controller. I need to use the controller class. 1 second, let it load. Okay, done. Save. Now solution explorer, open the menus, open, and this is my cont. Let me drag and drop the inquiries. Okay, save. Now let's do a rebuild. Once it is done, we will go and open the report and check. Okay, yeah, it's building. Okay, it says build got completed. That's good. Now let me open the front end. Mhm. Okay. Now let me go to bank management system and then controller. Let's see. If everything goes good, it will open the report. If there is any issue, then it will throw the error. Let's see what happens. Good. Unable to find report design. Okay. This is a regular error. I need to deploy the report. 1 second. Let me open PowerShell. Sorry. Copy, copy, copy. Okay. I need to first of all change the directory. 1 second. C drive, AWS, package local directory, and what is it? Bin. Do you remember that folder? Yeah, yesterday we have opened. Nah?
Why you don't deploy report on Visual Studio?
It's not getting deployed here in my environment. There might be some issue.
Okay.
What is that folder name? No. Hey, do you remember that folder name? Plugins, not bin. This is the one. Okay. Module ICICI, report ICI star, and done. Enter. Oh, sorry. I need to use dot slash. Okay, now it's deploying. Let it deploy. Okay, it's done now. Now let me try to open it back again. Yeah, once this is finished, there is one last thing and very easy thing, the UI builder. Okay, now we got the data 135.1, we got the default values. Let me try with -1 and click on the OK button. It says number of free transactions should be greater than 0. Okay, this is how it works. Now I'm setting the blank value. It should work. Let me click on the OK button. to see the report. If everything goes fine, it will open the report. Otherwise, it will throw the error. Okay. And please remember to debug the SSRS reports. In case of Azure hosted, you need to attach a process called, what is the process you need to attach in the Azure? IIS Express. Whereas coming to the Dynamics 365 local environment, local VM, it's W3WP. Got it? Good. It got open. 405. Okay. And this is how it is going to work. And now the next one. Let me close this, and we will see the next type of design called precision design. Now, if I open this, and if I go to the card trans extra charge controller, and let me use some CS1001. Oh no, I need to give the card number. Let me wait. Let me check. 1 second. Let me open in the table browser the card transactions one. ICI card transactions. Open table browser. Let it open. Now I want to take savings. This one as well. Everything I'm putting cross bank. I will take CS 1001. Okay, this is the one. Copy and paste. Click on OK. Okay. Now we will see whether it loads. Good. It has loaded here. There are 4. 1 is free. 3 is chargeable. 135 into 3, 405. This is what is precision design. Can you see this? Extra charge statement. Oh, unfortunately, I have not taken the proper paper size. Extra charge statement is came down. Oh, you can see these 2 lines. Okay. Whereas notice here, that's due to the alignment. Got it? That's due to the alignment. Because you can see there is a paper alignment, but I have not added any page alignment. If you do the page alignment, you will get it correctly nowadays. Okay, try that. It's not a big deal. Okay, this is how you are going to write the business logic, and this is how you are going to work with multiple designs in a single report. Okay, now there is one. There is one last thing. It's the UI builder. Okay, it's the UI builder. So what is the UI builder? See here, the purpose of the UI builder is to create a sophisticated dialog. What is the purpose of UI builder? The purpose of UI builder is to create a sophisticated dialog. What is a sophisticated dialog? You will have control over the fields that you're creating. Okay, you have created the parameters now. You can control those parameters. How to do that? It's very simple. It's very simple. Okay, let me show you. Right click on the add button, and then a new item. Let me go to code and then select the class here. I will call this as ICI car trans extra charge UI builder. Done. Okay, it will create a new class for you. Okay, and you need to extend this class with SSRS report data contract UI builder. Okay, so once you extend this with UI builder, okay, again you can see you will have few more options here. Let me open this in the designer mode, and if I right click on the override, you will see few of the methods. Build, we are going to build the dialog. Post build, post run, pre-build, pre-build dialog. All these methods are useful when you are working with those dialogs. Okay, but I will show you what are the methods that we will use very regularly. And before that, once you have created this, you need to modify some piece of code in the contract. Previously, we have added the data contract attribute here. Here we need to say, what is the UI builder? Okay, sys operation contract processing attribute. This is what you need to use, and then you need to say class str in the bracket ICI car trans extra charge UI builder. Okay, and along with this you will have something called sys operation data contract processing mode. Okay, So actually, sometimes people will try to use multiple data contracts on a same report. You can do that as well. Okay, at that time, how you want to build this UI builder for the root contract or for all the contracts, or how you want to do that? You need to specify that. For that, you need to use sys operation data contract processing mode, and then this is an enumerated data type. Create separate UI builder for each contract. Create UI builder for root contract only. These are the steps that you need to do. Okay, these are the steps that you need to do to work with UI builder. Okay, please remember, if you don't do this, this contract is not bound with the UI builder. Okay, only once you do this, the contract is bound with the UI builder. Okay, the contract is bound with the UI builder. Please remember. And this is the second step. And then, as I told you, what is the method? The build method. We need to use it, and then we need to update whatever the data we need. Right click on the override, build method. Okay, so while building, if you want to group any contract, while building, if you want to add any fields, you want to group them, you want to add a radio button and then you want to group them, you can do all this here. Okay, let's create two dialog groups. Okay, I will take ICI cartrons extra charge count, and I will call this as contract or count, whatever it can be, you can call. Okay, and then I will take two dialog groups, dialog group DLG1, and then dialog group DLG2. Oh wait, don't say that, you can define on the top itself. It's habituated for me. Okay, I will define one variable for at one line. It's habituated here to make it more separable, I can say, which is why I do that. So okay, that's up to you whether you want to do like this or whether you want to work in any other fashion. That's all up to you. Okay, now what we need to do in this, we need to get the contract. How to do that? Contract equal to this dot. Already we have the data contract, nah? Simply take the data contract object because you have mentioned in the data contract. So not needed to work with again here. Okay, and one is dialog group 1, DLG1 equal to, you have a dialog dot add. Oh, it's not showing, but it's there. Okay, there is something called add group, and then you can say enable card number and age. Oh, I want to enable card number and age in this dialog group control. Okay, and then you can say DLG1 dot what is the, okay, let me check whether it's there. Yeah, it's there. Okay, frame option button, and here form frame option button, and here you can say whether you want to use the checkbox or hide or radio. I am using the radio button. You can use whatever you want. Then the next step is we need to add the fields. Okay, I will say DLG1 whether I want to have the option values or not. I want to have the option value, so I will set option value to true, and then DLG1 dot add field name. Okay, we have the add field name here to add the form control name, and there is one more way of adding it. What is that? You can use this dot add dialog field, and then in the bracket you can mention the method name. How you will mention the method name? By using method str in the bracket. You can set ICI cartrons extra charge count, comma param age. Done. Semicolon. Home copy paste. And what is the second one? Param card number. Okay, these are the two fields. Similarly, you need to create second dialog. How to do that? Copy this, paste it here, and wherever is dialog 1, you can set it to dialog 2, and then you can say enable what is that here? Number of retrans and extra charge. Done. Okay, radio button, and here it will be you need to put comma space extra charge number of returns. Done. Okay, done. Okay, this is how we will write in the build method. Done. Now once you do this, you will get whatever you need. It will group and then you will get it. Okay, next. What's the next step? Okay, let me check the other method. 1 second, it's busy. One second, yeah, it's busy. Come on. Okay, let me restart Visual Studio. I don't know why it is taking a long time. Let me restart. Oh, the problem is with memory. 97%. Very bad. This is one service that I can add. It's still the same. Okay, let me check my UI builder class whether it's there or not. Can't. Okay, it's gone. Just a second. And actually, in this UI builder, please remember, if you want to update the values, let's say for example, the user is typing the negative value. By mistake, he has done that, and you want to make it positive. You can do that. There is a method called get from dialog. Okay, what is the method name? There is a method called get from dialog. In that get from dialog method, you can do that here. Okay, you can simply try it out once. 1 second. Let me go to code. I need to see my class. I say cartrons extra charge count UI builder. Cartrons extra charge count UI builder. Okay. Let me add this to the project. Let me do a build. 1 second. Okay, it's there. I was just checking whether code is there or not. Let me rebuild. So once the build is finished, we will go and see whether UI Builder is working or not. Okay. Simply open the previous report. In the dialog, you will find that. Because UI Builder is bound to the data contract, not to the controller. Okay. Once you change the contract, it will affect automatically. Please remember. And there is no need of refreshing the report as well. Because sometimes people will say, oh, once you are done with the UI Builder, refresh the report. For UI Builder, there is no need of refreshing the report. Unless and until you modify something on the DP, there is no need of modifying the report. Please remember this. Because most of the times I used to get these questions, oh, when I need to refresh the report. Because each and every time it's not needed. Only when you modify something in the DP, data provider, then only you need to modify it. Okay. Now let me load this and let it load. We are left with very few topics. Yeah, I can say mostly it will take 2 or 3 days. Okay. Tomorrow we will finish off the services and then we will start the batch framework. And day after tomorrow is Friday. We will see task recorder in this one along with the workflows. Okay. Okay. Okay, it's loaded. Now you can see here bank management system. And if I click this, it should show us the UI builder as well. Can you see this? Enable card number, enable this one. This is how you get. Okay. But actually, this for we got parameters, but this is how it will look like. Enable card number and age, enable number of whatever is enabled, it will pick only from that one. Okay. This is how we are going to work with UI builder. Okay. If you want to create a sophisticated dialogues in this fashion, or let's say I have 135. If I say minus 135, I want to update it to plus 135. There's a method called get from dialog and we can update there. Okay. Yeah, please remember, yeah. And this is how we are going to work with the SSRS reports, the controller, the data contract, the UI builder, and all those things. I want you to try a few things from that. One of them is drill through and the expressions. Okay. Which is very simple, which is not a big difficult thing. Once you know about the report, you can do that very easily. Yep. Yeah, now it's your time. Please let me know if you have any queries.
On the form, there was both the parameters are duplicating, right? The one from controller and one what we created in UI builder.
Yes, but it will
So,
not duplicate.
okay.
Can you
So,
check that? That's what I was asking. Check that and let me know why it is duplicating. It's not a big deal. It's very small.
okay.
Because it's based on the properties. You will see that. Try it out. Okay.
Okay.
Any other questions? Gaurav, I'm making you the presenter. Yeah, you told that you are not able to open the solution. Nah? Please show me that one.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Just give me a minute.
Shall I make you presenter? Okay, I made you presenter.
Yes.
Please show me.
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, please show me. Yeah, so that we will solve that right away. Are you sharing?
It's just starting. Just give me a 1 minute only, please.
Okay.
Are you able to see my screen?
Yeah, I can see it.
Okay, just a minute. Source blank. I put a architecture on my wallpaper so I can remember every time.
Okay.
Just give me a minute, please.
Did it work?
It was taking more time to load with this meeting. Otherwise, it's opened very fast.
Yeah, common. Yeah. You know, I have 200 Mbps network. Even then, I don't know why. Sometimes people will say, "Oh, it's slow." I used to show them, "This is
Oh,
my network. I can't help out if it is slow."
yeah, yeah. This one I have downloaded from Azure Doc,
Hmm?
and here this is the complete project.
Okay.
And
Open the solution.
let me
No,
open.
no. Double click that solution
Yeah.
once. I want to see what happens.
It will give error of permission, some
Open it. We'll
administrating
see.
and yeah,
Oh, okay, okay. Open as administrator. Right click and open as administrator and then check.
it was clicked.
Huh? Okay, no
It was
worries.
clicked.
We can wait for a while. No worries.
But from Visual Studio, I was unable to get the project still. Only from Azure DevOps, I am able to do that. From
Let's see.
Azure
Let's
DevOps,
see.
I just downloaded the code. Let me show you. It's taking too time.
Yeah, it's common. That's we
Yeah.
can't help.
So should I stop sharing and let it load? Give me a minute. So I think that will be fast. And make me
Okay,
presenter again after a minute.
okay, okay. Try it out.
Okay. Yeah. Remote control. It's taking 99% CPU. Just load it. Open. This one I was asking that it will give a permission error.
Oh, no problem. Open as admin.
Yeah.
Right click and run as admin. Or you can do one more thing. You can create your own
Yeah.
project and add ICICI as
Okay.
the model and go to in the AOT now. You need to right click and select model view and you need to add all the
Okay.
objects to your project. You can do that as well.
Okay, that I will try and that way first. I don't know what it's so.
Because if it is taking more time now, then you can do that. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. I will do that first, and
Yeah.
then I'll
Do that.
let you know.
Okay. Thank you. Bye. Thanks all for the session. Let's meet again tomorrow same time.